Oh, my mic says, oh, there we go. Thank you for unmuting our microphones, Noah.
Yeah.
We are back cutting stems. There's 50 seconds left in this Sixers game. I'm very distracted. How are we doing? Kelly, you're back. I got my Owens. That's all that matters. My bottle's almost empty.
As long as we got our Owens. Oh, I've got a little grapefruit and lime as well over here.
Yeah.
A little tequila. A little fun for tonight. Yes, Fran, we got sports.
Oh, why did Maria just disappear?
I think she went to go get her Owens, I think.
Oh, the thing went, I'm back for a second, and all of a sudden,
Owens, yeah.
like it was like a ghost. Like she's just gone. Oh man, there it is. Well, Kelly, welcome back to Cutting Stems. How are you feeling?
Thank you so much. I'm feeling good. I'm fresh off this long trip. I've had a sinus infection for like 2 weeks, but other than that, you know what I mean? Like it's just something to complain about. So I'm glad to be back though. Last week I was watching from a bar. I felt like I've never had worse FOMO than not being on the show last week. I literally cried for like a full minute.
We saw the video, which made us feel special. We felt like you definitely missed us. We missed you too. And of course, now we're missing Trent. It's very hard. It's a busy season. It's the summer. It's hard to get all four of us in one night. Trent's busy doing golf stuff, whatever it is, time difference. So he can't be here. But hopefully next week we can all be here together and you guys can get your Owens mixers on Amazon. You can just get it sent right to your door with Amazon, which is so great.
Yes, cheers.
We can kick it off with the first.
Wait, can I say something?
Yes, Maria.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a word in. I'd like to say that I really don't feel well right now. So if you think that I am drunk or high or any of the above, just like Cutting Stems chat always does, I am so sick. Oh, they're not even letting me speak. I don't know what is wrong, but I also have a sinus infection. It's not just allergies. It's not corona, but I can't even, my ears are so clogged. I swear to God. All right, continue. Sorry, I wanted to get a word in, but I can't because the dogs are barking. I'm gonna mute myself.
I mean, that's the thing. There's some sort of illness running rampant that's not COVID. They're basically like, COVID who? Let's take out everyone. And it's this congestion situation. So Maria, we're praying for you. We feel for you. Feels awful. But yeah, I don't know. I like sports, Fran, in the building. Fran, I get excited when you get to talk about sports stuff. I know you like it so much. But I think that today, at the beginning of the episode, when we were talking about how we would be our best lover. Is that really what it boils down to with our girl Heather McDonald? I think that was
the best lover of all time.
Itself.
They said they used the phrase "sex positive" 50,000 times.
Just an unbelievable amount of times. Unbelievable.
You didn't know Katie is sex positive.
It's almost like this is how I feel about it. Honestly, is like I like the sex positivity. That's why I liked Katie in the first place. We don't need to like knock everybody over the head with it 1,000 times. Yeah. Like I don't need to now in this one season of The Bachelorette educate the entire nation on sex toys. Like I think that we can just like, maybe slip in a couple things. Like there's been a lot of dildo jokes, a lot of vibrator jokes. Like maybe we can kind of leave it at that. And we can like, showcase all the other stuff throughout the rest of the seasons. We don't need a crash course this season.
I agree. It is definitely been a lot, but they all had to, it was just kind of like a showcase, like a sex talent show. They got to just chat about how they were going to impress Katie and prove that she was the best lover. They were the best lover out there. And the winner of everybody did a pretty good job. Connor B sang a song. It was cute. I thought maybe he was going to be the winner, but the winner of this group date was actually Mike, the virgin.
Yeah. What do we think about that? I guess I thought his little speech was good. Like he was clearly very, very nervous to be participating in this like little challenge. Like he was stressed as fuck immediately. So
yeah, at one point they cut to after Trey did the puppet things, they cut to Mike and it looked like he was crying, just like sitting there, which was just a sad visual for Mike because that probably wasn't like, I feel like that was pieced together and just to not make him look good, but it came across sweet and Katie really liked it. I think that's really what mattered.
I'm I want to say I'm surprised that Katie liked it, but I think that so far in the first 2 episodes, I think it's pretty clear that Katie's kind of a sentimental person, and like how she liked our other boy Connor B, who I love, coming in the cat costume. That like tugged at her heartstrings. She was like, "That they know exactly what I like. I like the cat." Like that kind of got me. And then this sweet speech from Mike. So she's a sentimental bitch, I think.
It did seem like the way that. Hello, Norman.
Hello, Norm.
It did seem like that was it seems like that is what is impressing Katie the most. The Mike situation, and then with the Greg one-on-one, where they were able to kind of like get deep really quickly, which I think is like very sexy in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
She likes getting deep. She liked it with talking to Andrew S. as well, and having these conversations. I talked about their childhood, their family, all deeper things that we don't normally hear them talk about right away. It is Katie's soaking it up.
It's very emotional, very, very emotional watching Greg and Katie. And I have to say, I know everybody's very excited about Greg. I just think it's a little too soon, a little too fast. The hype, people are freaking out over Greg. Norman, this is a very odd position. People are freaking out over Greg, and I just feel like it's going to end bad. And I don't want to put that out there. I can't change the events. I feel like everything's already filmed. I just have this gut feeling that he's getting this great showing so far. And our interview with Katie, I didn't get the vibe that she was fully like engaged and happy. So I think something bad's going to happen with Greg.
Rhea, I think you're definitely right. It feels like he is peaking very early and everybody loves him. There's no way it can go so well for the whole time. I did post, because a lot of people were talking about this week, about Greg's little stint in acting school. I think he went to like an acting school in New York for a little bit.
Yes.
And that raised a little red flag for some people. What do we think about that? Is that concerning? Is it not concerning? Should we be worried? Should Katie be worried?
Acting school? A red flag?
Acting school.
No.
No?
I think it's a red flag. I think it's a red flag, not in the way that like he's on there trying to get clout. I think that he is like faking his emotions. Like I think that means he knows he can like kind of feed off what he likes.
I mean, he's not currently an actor, so I mean, how good of an actor is he? That felt like some raw emotion right there.
I actually just want to say I forgot they were on a TV show for a second. I was taking the acting school out of context. Just if a man were to go to acting school, I forgot that they are on The Bachelorette and they are fighting about people wanting fame. So, the acting class could be a red flag.
That's true.
Yes,
very true.
It's just something to keep in mind. But they had a very sweet date. What did we think about the one-on-one with Greg, Kelly?
I thought again that he was nice. I think that it was a little, it's a little silly. It gets to like the silly point where it's look at Fran.
I'm sorry. I had the fucking last possession. I thought I could switch it over to you and then just see what happened, and he just beamed it.
Fran, Noah wants us to let you know that you're hitting your mic.
Hitting what? That's because I'm holding it in my wrong ear, I guess.
So many people in the chat are like, "Can you guys not do remote every week?"
This is the deal, fam.
This was what was decided on for now, but we may do for the big episodes. We'll be in person.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say?
Back to you, Kelly.
I'm thinking about the date. I thought it was sweet. I thought it was definitely like a silly situation where, the camping or whatever, and she's having him like carve up like, a latrine and weird shit like that. I don't necessarily love that kind of situation, but it definitely is like funny and kind of breaks the ice of like awkwardness, I think. So I think that from that starting point, it kind of helped them have the rest of the time to be really like open with each other.
Yeah. They had a really good date. I think the quote unquote drama, if you want to even call it that, started in the second group date when we finally found out that Cody and Aaron were actually friends from home, or not friends from home, not friends, excuse me. Certainly not friends, but know each other from home.
Mm-hmm.
What, for some reason, I initially completely believed Aaron. Like I didn't even give Cody a chance.
Well,
I was like, for some reason I was like, I just believe what Aaron's saying.
You know what I thought was interesting? I didn't realize that we didn't know that they knew each other from home because I watched last week's episode right before this episode. And there was a point where Aaron and Cody were outside, like bickering. And then Aaron comes in and they're like, "What's up, dude? Like, what's wrong with you?" And he was kind of unhinged. And he was like, "Nothing, man. Just like having a good time. Like, it's no big deal." And Cody came in and was like, "I don't know what the hell that was about." Like, kind of being like, "What was that?" Seeming innocent. So I went into this episode thinking Aaron was nuts. And then all of a sudden Cody's like gone. So I don't know what to believe, whether either Cody's like a really good actor or Aaron is just like, he's like so frustrated by him being there that he like can't control himself.
I think this whole thing is stupid because I feel like any person who's going on the show at this point in time, maybe their main goal isn't to get fame, but they're like, "Oh, okay, we're going to get some perks from this. We're going to get on the show. We might get a little following. We'll get some ad deals, some extra money." That's what it's become at this point. And I feel like even though it's wrong, if you're going to go around saying that that guy feels that way, and then another guy's like, "Well, there must be 4, 5, 6. There could be everybody here for the wrong reasons." Like, this is so pointless of a storyline to me because it's going to be this way every single season going forward. That's just the name of the game now. People want to be on the show because they get followers.
Yeah, I think you're right.
This is tired. It's unfortunately pretty tired. I feel like with Cody, it was more than just the here for the wrong reasons kind of situation. The way Aaron made it seem like it was not like, yes, he was there for the fame, but it was just more of him being straight up a bad dude.
Yeah.
But what is a bad dude? Like, how do we know this guy is a bad guy?
We don't.
Because this one guy said he was a bad guy because he wants to be there for fame, but that guy also wants to be there for fame. It's like,
well,
who knows?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's what Aaron. I'm saying Aaron's argument was like, "Oh, he's a bad guy. Like, he's not a good person."
Yeah.
Talking about integrity and morals. Like, I don't think he was just trying to be like, "By the way, Cody's here for fame, just FYI." It seems like at least Aaron was saying it was more than that. We don't know for sure what it is or if any of that was accurate at all. We just know that Cody reacted like a madman.
Yeah, and also
he showed no emotion, zero, zip.
With Aaron though, like why didn't Aaron was like so hesitant to like bring up specific reasons? I guess like Cody didn't really fight much about it. Like he didn't do anything really. So I guess maybe I personally think he probably just didn't want to make himself look worse. Like whatever it is that he like has on him probably is kind of legitimate and he couldn't fight his way out of. So he's just kind of like, whatever, I'm out now. Like whatever you're getting rid of me. Cause maybe he is kind of like I don't know. Or maybe he's got some skeletons, that Aaron weirdly knows about.
And he was literally like this. "I'm so mad right now. You can't tell, but I'm fuming on the inside. I'm so mad. I can't believe this is happening." And then Katie was like, "I'm going to send you home." And he was like, "Okay." All right, Sixers last shot. Seth Curry to tie, and he missed it. Okay. Yep. That's unfortunate.
Damn.
All right, well, go buy my Sixers shirt anyway. I would have been able, it's a great shirt, but they lost, so can't even really talk about it. That's super unfortunate. Okay, back to the show. Cody, it's just Cody, no emotion leaving, which made me, the fame thing made more sense because then it's like I really want to come on the show and look good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna swallow this and just leave. Like he's probably like, "I've been here for one day."
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I'm just gonna leave. If I was Katie though, like I would be a little discouraged in that situation because he just didn't seem to give a fuck. Like he was like, "Okay, bye." Like if I was Katie, I'd be like, "Damn, like at least try and fight a little bit."
Also, too, do we think that it's like a little too early for these accusations? Like we don't even know this guy, and also like and like you said, like. If I were Katie, I would probably feel discouraged, but it's like night 1, night 2, basically. So what is there even to be discouraged about? This? You don't even know this guy. All of a sudden, another guy you don't know is coming up to you telling you like, "We don't know this guy." You know what I mean? It just all seems like nobody knows anybody yet. If this were like 4 episodes in, it'd be a little different, but I feel like it's kind of too early for this.
Everybody's a stranger. Everybody's a stranger.
Everybody's a stranger, for real. It's ridiculous.
How do we feel about all the like fight dates? Like the fight group dates, the wrestling, the boxing, it's another thing that I feel is just now completely overdone. I just don't care about these guys wrestling.
The mud wrestling was interesting. interesting to watch, of course, but it's also like, what is with all the wrestling? Because I feel like there's always wrestling with guys, and then do we think that so they can do it with girls also? Like, I feel like they always are wanting to do like pillow fights with girls or boxings with girls or whatever, and so they have to do it with guys too, to like even it out.
I think it's because there's not really much to do. Like, they have to stay in one place, so they're probably just reusing the same dates that they have used, because how creative can you get in there?
Yeah.
I think you're both right. And I also think there's like become this formula of like, oh, let's make sure that the two guys that don't get along end up on a date where they have to fight each other. Like, it's like, oh, like we know that they have beef. Like, let's put them on the wrestling date. And I feel like they wanted that. I feel like they wanted that storyline between the two of them to be something a lot bigger than it really was. It was all this hype and buildup of like, oh my God, like Caitlyn and Tayshia, they're all talking about how they don't like it, how they can feel the tension. And then Cody was just like, peace out. But it took a turn with Carl. Carl is just weird vibes all around, wacky vibes. That man is a motivational speaker. I just can't wrap my mind around that. Who is buying whatever he's selling?
Who is he motivating? Tell me. I want one person to come forward and say, I've been motivated by Carl. I want one person to come forward and tell me that.
I felt unmotivated by Carl.
As did I.
Extremely. And
ridiculous.
He's
so strange. Like, he can't like have a normal thought.
And he felt, first of all, the beginning of the episode when he did the, oh shoot, what joke did he make? Like, he was like, ask not what you can do for us, or what
for your Bachelorette,
for Katie. Yeah, it was whatever. He botched it. It was terrible. Nobody laughed. And from right then, I was like, this bad vibes from this guy. And yes, he's definitely 1,000,000% getting like a big old villain edit. Like, every time he talks, they're playing like ominous music. He's getting a big old villain edit right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the like telling Katie, he wasn't totally wrong. Being like, yeah, I don't know. There's probably some guys that aren't here for the right reasons. But the way he said it and the way Katie is, because we all watched Katie on the Bachelor, and Katie was so like hardcore about, being there for the right reasons and talking to the girls that weren't and making sure that Matt knew who was there or not there. So she's going to take it seriously on her season. Right. And now you have this guy being like, I don't know, could be everyone, could be no one. I'm just saying it could be, I don't know. And she lost it. She was not happy.
How does someone make a career out of becoming a motivational speaker? Like, how does somebody deem them worthy of being the motivational speaker?
That's a great question.
That's bizarre shit. What I think about Katie is like, Katie is not here for vague conversation. She's not here for like implying, oh yeah, I mean, like, in a world where we're all here for the right reasons, that just doesn't seem correct. So like, some of us might not be. Like, she's not here to talk about like, semantics. She wants to know names. She wants to know bullshit. She's like, I am ready for this. I need to know. Stop like giving me the runaround. That's how Katie's feeling all the time. And Carl just like gave her the runaround.
Yeah. And she's had a different approach. Normally, snitches, it doesn't end up well for them on this show. But I feel like because Katie has been in that role, it was like, she's like, okay, I trust Aaron. Immediately after talking to Carl, who'd you go back to? The OG snitch, the first snitch. I went to go right back to Aaron and be like, Aaron, I trust you. You're my guy.
These people have never seen Goodfellas.
No. But even like, they were all so confused. Aaron's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, everybody's confused. The guys are fed up. They're looking at Carl. Carl's got the guiltiest face of all time. And he owns up to it. And everyone's like, why even bring it up? It just felt very stupid of Carl to bring up. And I think he thought he was going to get one step ahead, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I think he very much was thinking like, oh, this will just like get Katie's wheels turning and make it seem like I'm a trustworthy person. But she, like I said before, she wants answers immediately. She's no bullshit. She's not trying to like jump around. She'll like stop the season in its tracks and figure it out. As we see, she said, if you're not here for an engagement, get the fuck out. She literally said that.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got slapped with a big old to be continued week 2. I hate when that happens. Especially over like Carl.
I know.
We're getting it to be continued over Carl.
Let's get rid of him.
And she's going to get rid of him.
pointless storyline ever.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to repeat what I said in the beginning, but it still stands throughout the entire episode. It's like, let's move on from this. Katie, you have to realize that some people that are going to be there for the wrong reasons, because ABC is casting those people. They're going out and actively finding people who want to be Instagram famous and putting them on the show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. You are very right. You know, they reach out to the ones that have maybe a little bit of a following, or they like the way their social media
like
looks
a socialite. They're socialite in New York City.
Yeah. So here we
right?
are. Like, yeah, exactly. It's just the name of the game now. So here we are talking about the same spiel. 5 years ago, this was an interesting conversation. Now it just feels like it's not. It's like you said, Rhea, overplayed. But do we want to take some YouTube questions? And while Rhea, if you want to get those, I am going to also throw out that I want to say Katie's doing a great job with the makeouts. A lot of good makeouts.
She's making out a lot.
I don't know what's going. We didn't talk about Thomas. We'll talk about him very quickly here. She likes Thomas. Someone tweeted at me that Thomas has a very similar face to Josh Murray, and now I can't unsee it. I kind of see the vibes. He pulled her on his lap. He like, her dress was going up. It was getting steamy, very steamy.
I tweeted this. I said her level of makeouts with all these guys, it's like one quick step away from sex. Like they're all very hot makeouts, and it's like they're in the middle of a conversation. They'll be like, "Hey, can I kiss you?" Blah, 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 blah. Like it's just really, really intense and
immediately.
What episode do we think Blake is joining the cast?
Ooh, I thought it was gonna be tonight.
I'm gonna go with 5.
Oh wow!
I think it's going to be sneaky later.
That's
week 5.
I'll go 3. I think they got to get him in here quick. Otherwise, we're going to lose interest.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. But the way they're dragging out this Carl drama, I'm thinking we could have a whole nother episode of Carl before we even want to talk about Blake.
That's true. You could be right about that.
What do you think, Rhea?
Blake, I would say I think episode 5 is a good call. Episode 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4-ish. Yeah.
When do we think Aaron is going home?
Ooh.
I sneaky feel like she likes Aaron. And after the way that they just had that, like, you know, for her to straight up be like, I trust you, and for him to be the first one that she pulled when Carl like spoke, my brain literally just shut off for a second.
Yeah, I saw it.
I can't believe the Sixers lost. Okay, anyway, I'm like, just, oh God, the series is 2-2. Okay, I think that Aaron is going to stay for a while. Like I'm going week 8.
Oh wow,
I think we got him like top. I would put him in like the top 8 guys.
That's a bold statement. I'm not so. Yeah. I'm gonna say he might go kind of soon, only because we didn't really see it tonight. But the first week when he was outside talking with what's his face, he like lost his shit in a weird way, and it was bizarre. And everybody kind of thought it was bizarre. And then all of a sudden, everybody today was like on Aaron's side. So I feel like there's something we're not seeing, and I'm anxious to see what that's all about.
People are saying that Aaron looks like Jake Bahari from Unfabulous, which I think is fun.
What a great show.
Jake Bahari.
People are saying that, okay, first of all, Abby in the YouTube chat, calm your titties. She's commenting over and over again about my internet connection.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that my internet connection was poor, and I was not notified, and I apologize about that, but calm your titties. They said that there's some shady info coming out about Greg from his exes.
Ooh.
I asked what the shady info was, but
it's Stephon Dumas.
I have not seen. So what do you think?
I've seen some of it. It's been on Dumas. I don't really know. It's just very like contradictory because it's they're posting all these messages about him, but then it's like, oh, just kidding. Like then there's like another one that's like, no, that's wrong. He's so great. Like we love him. And then it just keeps going back and forth. So I feel like there isn't really a concrete answer. And now I'm looking at my phone because I thought I screenshotted one of them and it doesn't appear that I did. And I could have swore that I did. But
people are saying that he's just like a player and such.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can I tell you something that I wasn't going to say? One of my friends went on a date with him and told me a little bit about it, but I haven't gotten to like call her on the phone. She said that her words were, he's kind of a dork. and then that
I think that's a good thing for Katie.
At the same time, like also kind of a fuckboy is what she said. And I was interesting. And I didn't know, and I didn't say that because I actually liked him. So I was like, maybe she just was, whatever about it. But
sometimes it just takes the right gal.
Exactly. I really think that he just is like a 28-year-old cute kid who lives in New York and like hooks up with chicks. I don't know what to say.
Right. Just like every guy be a bad
guy. You ask any guy about ex-girlfriends, they're never going to have something nice to say.
Exactly.
Yeah. But that's the thing. I feel like we always hear about these guys and what their exes say. Maybe they're a player. Oh, they said they weren't ready for a relationship. Like that, we talked about this. It just means he didn't like you that much. And sometimes a guy could be a player and then all of a sudden he finds somebody he really likes and settles down with them. Doesn't make them terrible people for being like a little bit of a player or dating.
Right. Even fuckboys find love eventually.
Yeah.
Big agree.
So,
and they could be nice.
I kind of feel like that's probably the vibes from Greg, and from what people are saying, it just seems like maybe he dated a lot of people. I don't know.
Yeah.
But now he's on the show.
Honest,
yeah,
handsome and seems fun. So why are we stressed,
And I think people are still gonna like him regardless, as long as nothing like really terrible comes out. Let's just preface that. Like as of right now, I feel like these like whatever's been saying is kind of like, oh, maybe not the best boyfriend. Maybe did some bad things. Oh, yeah. You know what? That actually just triggered my memory. There was a post that said he was like very emotionally abusive to, I think, to an ex, which is what it was. And that was what was on Dumois. I knew I was going to remember. I definitely screenshot it. I don't know why, because I read it and was like, oh, fuck. Like,
no, we don't love that.
We don't love that. We definitely don't love that.
Can't have that. Emotional abuse is not welcome here.
Mm-mm.
No, thank you, sir. Well, we'll just have to see what happens with that. Until then, as far as I've seen on the show, Greg and Katie seem to like each other, and that's all I will say.
We're not going to jump to conclusions.
You're right.
Yeah,
no conclusion jumping just yet.
Okay, shall we cut some stems and give out some roses?
Yes, we shall.
Who wants to start?
Want to start with? I have a rose I'll give.
Okay.
I would like to give a rose to whoever the production person is that had to do that mud date where they had to pick out all of the flannels and the boots for all the men and the hats and line them all up, and that just to have them take them off again immediately to do the mud thing. I'm going to give my rose to them.
For no reason. Just for no reason.
Absolutely no reason at all. Rose to them. Because that was a lot of work. It looked beautiful. And then it was just stupid.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
This is tough. Oh, man. I'm going to give my rose to, this is kind of creepy, Katie's making out skills.
You know what, Rhea? Not creepy at all. It's just sex positive.
Yeah. And I'm going to cut the stem of, I hate to do it, but we all saw the pictures of Tayshia, Katie, and Caitlyn and what they were wearing. I got to cut the person who put Caitlyn in that jumpsuit. I gotta cut the stylist who did that.
Super fair. Kelly, who are you cutting?
I think I'm going to cut back to that sex positivity date, which as a whole was just kind of a little bit of a nightmare. I'm going to cut the stem. I don't even know who did it. It might have been Greg, if we're being honest. It might have been somebody else. Who did the dick in the box, literally?
The box guy.
Box guy, I'm cutting his. James, I'm cutting his stem hard. It's the box thing was already weird. Dick in the box. It's like you gotta relax.
So you don't like Dick in the Box as a funny play on the SNL skit?
I mean, Dick. Yeah, no, Dick in the Box is super hilarious. Literally 5 to 10 years ago. Like, Dick in the Box. Like, we got new shit.
That was A+ when it came out, though.
It was
so funny, of course. Literally 10 years ago. Like,
I'm definitely watching that as soon as we stop this.
Don't get it twisted. I fucking love The Lonely Island, and I love all those videos. I know them all by heart. But Dick in the Box is the most basic of all.
I'm
apologies to Andy Samberg, but
and watching Dick in the Box and Mother's Day.
Mother's Day is fantastic.
Is it Mother's Day or Mother Lover?
If they did Mother's Day, they would have been so. Any of the other videos, they would have been better. Dick in a Box is overplayed. I'm out. Stem cell.
It's my Dick in a Box. Okay.
Oh my God. All right. I'm going to give my rose to Trey. I like Trey a lot. I think Trey did well in the first group date, and I also liked Trey at the end of the episode being like, Carl, you're a grown-ass man. What the fuck are you doing? I just liked good reaction shots from Trey, which I appreciate. We need someone to cut in those moments to making a ridiculous face like, I can't believe this is what's happening on this show. And I think I got to cut. I think I have to cut this city of San Diego. I just think that there's too much of a bachelor hotbed situation going on in San Diego. We can't be having all these people living in San Diego, partying in San Diego, and then coming on The Bachelor, and everybody knows each other. Cody and Aaron, guess what? San Diego. It just seems like I'm just going to, before it even becomes a problem, cutting its head off.
Just snip off the bottom there.
Yes.
Go snip. Let it off to Mexico.
Yep. Let's just, make sure we're going all around the country when we cast these people. We just don't need to be staying in one place.
I think that's very fair.
Extremely.
All right, guys. I think that wraps it up for tonight's Cutting Stems. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can get your Owens mixers on Amazon and drink with us every Monday night. And we will see you all next week.
Bye-bye.